Jaipur, the city of heritage, better known as Virasat, was the best choice for the Second World Council of Elders of Ancient Traditions and Cultures. A gathering of elders and scholars from as many as 40 countries represented by 200 elders. The World Council of Elders of Ancient Traditions was dedicated to the welfare of the total humanity. The meeting was originated from a profound thought to look at the humanity as a whole entity through the diversity of cultural and religious existence, something that makes this world beautiful. That we see today. The intolerance towards plural belief systems and monotheistic religious ideologies are only paving mass destruction, hatred, and extreme antipathy towards anything which does not belong to their one God theory. Spiritualism embedded in the ritualistic practices of ancient human beings helped to check this monopolistic view of divinity. Ritualistic spiritual traditions have enriched human life. Through multiple ways of practices, these traditions upheld humanity's long-held spiritual urge to reach the ultimate divinity. Since spirituality is the essence of an individual's mental and intellectual growth, the World Council gave importance to study, preserve, and propagate these traditions for the welfare of the modern society in its multifaceted development. Ritualistic spiritual traditions symbolically establish relation with the Creator and are not just bound by any one religious tradition. Thus, the quest for spiritual enlightenment of humanity demands for more plural ways of peaceful coexistence and practices. The ancient traditions never demanded any individual to follow any one particular system of thought. Instead, these traditions fundamentally advocated plurality of belief systems. After the successful conduction of the first conference in Mumbai in February 2003 with the theme Mitakuye Oyasin, meaning we are all related, the Jaipur Conference of the World Council of Elders was conducted under the theme Spirituality Beyond Religions, something which really demands a deep attention. The essence of all these ancient traditions and indigenous cultures is that human beings cannot own any land. Like stars, skies, air, natural forces, and all living and non-living beings, the land is also created by supreme divinity. Therefore, a human being's argument of ownership of a piece of land is against ancient spiritual traditions. On 5th February 2006, Jaipur. It was a bright sunny morning, pleasant climate, people gathered near Albert Hall located right at the heart of the city and the backdrop of a majestic Albert Hall waiting to witness and experience the meeting of elders. An elephant, camels and royal horse carts attracted people to the procession. However, the traditional music being played with drums ringing aloud sent a message through the winds that ancient traditions of the world are here united, that too in total harmony. Exotic colored attires from across all the continents of the world were on display that day, presenting the best dressed people of the world as it occurred to the spectators. If the drum beats from the northeast India provided the bass, the gentle hymns from Europe and other traditions of the world brought magical relief to the world so torn apart. The procession reached the venue for the inaugural program, Sawai Madho Singh Hall, where the delegates were given a warm and traditional welcome by women traditionally dressed in Rajasthani costumes, showering flowers, offering aarti, applying tilak on the foreheads of the visitors. This was a moment for the flag hoisting. Flags representing all the major ancient traditions of the world was hoisted by one of the respected elders, Baba Loris Samphil from Trinidad, representing the Yoruba tradition of the Africas, accompanied by the Buddha monk from Bangladesh, Swami Maheshwarananda from Rajasthan, and the Minister for Human Resource Development of the state of Rajasthan, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari. The conference was dedicated to the memory of the second Sar Sangchalak of Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, Shri M.S. Golwalkar, popularly known as Shri Guruji. Sushil Pandit from Delhi and Shekhar Patel from USA welcomed the guests for the inaugural ceremony. An elder each from some 32 traditions was invited to the dais, the hall brimming with the audience, and was witnessing something unheard in human history. Traditional prayers for the success of the conference were offered one after the other. Latvian group, Mexican Mayan chief, Vedic tradition, Brittany from the French, Aruba from Trinidad, Carib from Caribbean islands,
Jag kallar luften, jag kallar Odins ande som
Pagan
blåser
from
in i
Sweden.
människan. Jag kallar Hugin och Munin som blåser sin visdom in i våra öron.
Manipuri, Arunachal Pradesh, Palestinian, Israeli, Sikh tradition from Punjab, Costa Rican Mayan tradition from South America, Buddhist monk from Bangladesh, Kennard's Loge from Belgium, David Youngwolf from USA, Shri Ghanshyam Tiwari, Minister for Education, Government of Rajasthan, released a book on Hindu Mayan similarities and a souvenir for the conference, Spirituality Beyond Religions. Swami Maheshwarananda.
My dear brothers and sisters, I would like to say something about religion, spirituality, and what I call, or we call, the treasure of the ancient heritage of the India. Yoga in daily life. Today, yoga has become the part of the human's life wherever the humans are on this globe. There you will find the yoga.
Member of the Latvian group.
Rituals being displayed at the famous open-air auditorium.
And I now request Yolanta
Latvian
to kindly
group.
come here.
Native Indian from USA. Donny Polo. Palestinian
To
prayer.
be with you to pray to make, because God make us all one, and we are one here in this place, as it's not matter which color or language or belief.
Caribbean traditional prayer. European pagan deities. Northeast Indian group. Aruba from Trinidad.
a divination to see if the Orisha have accepted our prayers this morning. And we made that sound of ululation because there was an overwhelming yes. So we need to celebrate.
Palestinian and Israeli celebrating a birthday in traditional way. Manipuri Yagya.
Conference of Ancient Persian Cultures. Hangmi Hapochetu, Dahmekna, Da, Wacha Akumuta, Uksoi Kray, Usobrit Usopam, Uram Vishi Uramu, Bopihuni, Pet Segrami, Kusai, Harapjogi, Harapjomse. Betaparo Kana, Sietanu Kuna, Sietanu, She Hadamu.
Lithuania
will perform fire ritual. It's the ritual which we are doing, which we are performing in every celebration, in every festival, in every wedding ceremonies, and it's the main thing in our rituals. What we shall do? We will lit the fire, we will make the offerings, we will make the offerings to fire goddess, we will offer the salt, we will make offerings to earth goddess Jemina. We will offer the grain. We will we will pray and make offerings to thunder god, to greatest thunder god Perkunas, and we will sing songs or will chant songs devoted to our gods, to fire goddess Gabia, to earth goddess Jemina, to thunder god Perkunas.
And fire worship a la Havan. Hindu and Mayan being performed parallel.
King Almighty to give us prosperity, welfare, hospitality.
Elizabeth Mokham Singh from Suriname spoke about dreams in various traditions. Every culture has its own way of sorting or classifying dreams, which influences the narrative and the interpretation of dreams. She concluded with a note that dreams in its functional and authoritative capacity can go far beyond the boundaries of religion, as they are a part of dynamic and transformative elements of religion and spirituality. Konrad Loge, General Secretary of the World Congress of Ethnic Religions and a practicing Asatru himself from Belgium, stressed the need of bringing together closely related traditions from Europe like Norse, Celtic, Baltic, Ossetian, Roman, Greek, Persian, and Hindu traditions from the East.
Now this is
Mahabir Prasad from Trinidad and Tobago, a Hindu himself, presented a paper explaining the importance of domes in various traditions of the world. Yatautas Timenas from Lithuania explained the beautiful symbolism presented through the textile in Baltic countries. The concepts in the local culture and tradition have been so brilliantly elucidated through the textile designs that a deeper search into the expression would bring out the deeper ideas behind the art. Lithuanian participant Jonas Trinkunas, president of the World Congress of Ethnic Religions from Lithuania, presented his paper on Romuva, the spiritual movement of Lithuania. Paganism has been recognized by the government of Lithuania, and Mr. Jonas is the chief priest of Romuva tradition. The Lithuanian traditional worldview was all-inclusive and not an exclusive one, he stated. Religion was part of this tradition, and the practitioners were free to choose their gods and goddesses.
As an important aspect of the national revival, it was the vacant traditional Baltic spirituality.
Henrik Hellgren, the chairman of the Swedish Asatru Assembly, an organization trying to spread the message of pre-Christian spiritual tradition in the Scandinavian and European countries. Since the inception of this origination, the members are regenerating this continuity of tradition, which was disrupted for long.
And I think that most religions have at their core this concept of peace in their spirituality.
Cirilo Perez Oxalas Huacatel Uti, the Mayan chief from Guatemala, delivered the message of the conference to the world. Revelation, the voice of the jungle and the messenger of the Mayas. He called on the elders to be prudent and humble, and those whom you guide will be nourished by celestial rays. He said, those who listen to the teachings of these wise men will get protection because the knowledge they have received comes from the spirit of love and well-behavior.
I request my sister into Pearl Springer to kindly come and try to
Into Pearl Springer, a famous poetess, laureate, and a social activist from Trinidad.
So, the similarities across the traditions. For me then, this conference reaffirms that sitting at the great cosmic table of sublime spirituality are the great spirit of the first peoples, Shungo, my own Orisha, Shiva, Osiris, and in the balance that is critical to nature, sit equally our mother spirits, the creative and sublime life forces of the universe, not coming out of anybody's rib, but at the very center of sublime cosmic spirituality.
Vasundhara Raje Scindia, Chief Minister of the state of Rajasthan, addressed the conference.
Especially to all those people who are elders and the receptacles of tradition through the ages. So a very warm welcome to you all.
Keynote paper presented by Ashok Ji Singhal.
From where the individual starts and from the spiral goes on to the family and onwards from the family to the community. Then again onwards from community to the nationality, then to entire humanity, ultimately to the divinity.
Master Delpe, a yoga master from USA, who has been guiding many corporate bodies in USA on management, meditation and yoga.
Back, and also the solar plexus chakra and lower chakras. So ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exit. Inhale. Exit. One more. Good.
The best of Rajasthani folk music and performing arts were on display during the meet. Rajasthan is renowned for stunning colours, regaling traditional music and dance. Rajasthan is a land of heroes and sacrifices, with zenith of devotion, something like the famous poetess sage of Mirabai. Traditional drum beating regales. Most of the traditions use drum beats to express their joy, and these drums differ from tradition to tradition. Not only shapes and skin, but also the rhythm and notes vary, though all of them which made audience go down with their enthralling beats.
Let's clap to them.
Chief Minister of Rajasthan hosted a dinner for the distinguished guests and personally welcomed them. Traditional music and folk dances of Rajasthan were on display at the most famous venue, Sisodia Gardens. The performances were exceedingly imposing and accompanied with a sumptuous and delicious 6-course dinner. The well-decorated auditorium was full to the brim to visualize the diversity of the World Council of Elders of Ancient Traditions and Cultures. The elders were received at the hall with all fanfare and gaiety and offered tilak and pagadi, the traditional headgear. The elders offered prayers for the peace and brotherhood in world, one after another, representing all the traditions present.
And I think that most religions at their core this concept of peace in their spirituality.
I choose to talk from some of my gods and goddesses.
We come as indigenous people from the Holy Land. Jews and Arabs are both indigenous to this.
We have gathered here from all around the world, from one world, but we came from different continents and from different lands.
What am I saying? That we all have been educated to be alienated from ourselves.
I also believe that we can unite the world in peace.
En nombre del corazón del cielo. Corazón de la tierra.
Stephen Knapp, President of the Vedic Friends Association USA, working for enhancement of spirituality. Sanatana Dharma is a common platform for all the religions of the world.
Of the same tree, just different branches of spiritual development. Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace for every individual. Let there be peace between all people. Let there be peace amongst all cultures, all nations, and around the world. And let that peace be established by recognizing our spiritual unity within each and every one of us. Thank you very much.
Shri Sudarshanji, revered Sarsanchalak of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, was the chief speaker of the valedictory function. He thanked all the participants who took part in this unique show of ancient spiritual traditions, the World Congress of Ethnic Religions and World Council of Elders for attending the seminar. Spirituality has two aspects, Shri Sudarshanji exhorted. One is individual and the other is universal.
Together. This Bharat is really very privileged that it is hosting here in Jaipur 2 international conferences. One is the second international conference and gathering of the elders of ancient traditions and culture. The other is the 9th World Congress of Ethnic Religions, who have been holding pattern conferences in different countries of Europe. The one thing that binds us all together is spirituality. What is the spirituality? This spirituality has two aspects. That which relates to the individual and that which relates to the universe. When we consider the first aspect which relates to the individual, we find that the individual experiences three states in his daily life. The awakened state, the dream state, and the state of deep slumber. In the awakened state, we carry on all our daily course using all our three faculties of body, mind, and intellect. As an individual, we eat, drink, sing, dance, play, make merry, think, and also fight. In the dream state, the physical body lies dormant, but the mind and the intellect view their own world. There also, we eat, drink, play, make merry, and do all such activities we are doing in our awakened stage.
Swami Dayanand Saraswati ji stressed the need for the elders of ancient traditions to encourage the youth to continue their tradition. These treasured traditions have to be preserved, developed, and strengthened. Such conferences would send the message of tranquility and harmony to the humanity engrossed in conflict presently.
Spirituality beyond religion. I should be spiritual because I am a Hindu. I should be spiritual because I am a Muslim. I should be spiritual because I am a Jew, I am a Christian. What is it that makes us driven to this corner to discuss about spirituality beyond religion? The riches, the wealth of humanity. Nobody has a right to destroy a culture, to demean a culture, to belittle a culture. Every culture is our wealth, is the wealth of humanity. Every religious form also is an embellishment.
The valedictory session ended with some selected performances by groups from abroad,
which depicts the traditional and old aspects of the elegant Kasi warrior known as
visit to the Ramanandacharya Sanskrit University. Sanskrit language is considered as a mother of all Indo-European languages. The Druidic traditions from Europe have firm faith in their Vedic lineage. A visit on 9th February to the Ramanandacharya Sanskrit University, located in the vicinity of Jaipur, was important for the elders. All the elders were welcomed by the Vice-Chancellor of the University, Sri Ramakrishnacharya, as well as faculty and students. The Vice-Chancellor offered all cooperation in the linguistics and theological studies.
We are very much happy to have you here, and we are very much delighted with your presence in our university.
World Council of Elders of Ancient Traditions and Cultures, look forward to another ancient traditions of the world to join hands for the next conference in Nagpur, Bharat in 2009.